We got some info indeed. Question is, will LabyRinth play it the same way 120 does? I think they are pretty similar in their approach to the game across multiple matchups. LabyRinth, though, expansion heavier. So we'll see if that's a play down the road. We start things with Lich, and if you want to play expansion heavy, then that's rather tough on Turtle Rock. You can go to the back of the turtle, and this is apparently what LabyRinth is doing. Turtle's pretty good against ghouls, as they have spikes, so all the ghouls attack themselves a little bit. And this is also pretty pushable for Sock, but Sock is not in for a push and one base play. No, he wants to expand himself, so it's kind of like a gentleman's agreement. Let's do 2-base, 2-base.
It's not quite going to be enough for level 3 for the hero, so I wonder how this is going to be differing. Many times in the past, we used to see undeads expanding as far away from the human as they can, because they're worried about the water elemental timing attack to look for that cancel. But 120, so Labby so far seems to have no concern about that at all. Gonna take out the first footy right here. A little bit more experience. Score of the Beast. Pretty unlucky, I would say. In the big late game fight, the decisive one, yeah, it can be good, but early game, it's much more about the hero power. More HP, more mana. I think here would have been much better. He goes for a cell, goes for the boots, goes for the circlet, and he's going to be the first to be aggressive.
Right on. With a handful of ghouls, with lots of mana for that one, Nova gets the kill pretty much right away, and of course contesting Sock while he's on the way to tier 3, to level 3. This little turtle spot here in front of the base could have get the kill, but the skeleton split nicely to the workers, one down. Sock pulled a lot and didn't lose any to the creeps, shout out. And with that, the expansion will come through. Is that the case for the Undead as well?
Water Elemental summoned, footy joining. This is a big moment right here. Is the damage sufficient? The Lich got enough kills for level 3 already. Lacking a bit right now for the next Nova, however. Dark Ritual might be necessary. The damage seems to be just enough, but the AM is taking some damage in return. Some healing is soon going to be necessary. Big cancel. Smart move here by Sock. Yesterday also saw him really well calculating the cancel oftentimes. But once you're behind in experience against the Lich, it starts to get a bit scary.
It is indeed. We got a little bit of support coming in from the stream. Thank you, Le Crestfallen. Hail Satan, my little lamb. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. X7 Tech with the 3 years. And Chaos Front with 61 months. So lovely. So nice of you guys. And we're now... I got my camera stuck. Shit. Happens sometimes. It's just locked in. I don't know how. So Labby, of course, takes a slap to the face. Sock in a pretty convenient position with that second base up with nice resources. What's missing currently is lumber.
Of course, no Shredder on this map, which is always a bit suboptimal. Lich now level 3, the Nova gets scary, the AM has no healing still, but I feel like Sock's positioning here is pretty good. Using the Water Elemental in some footies here, AM and some footies on the other side. You want to split against the Nova. We've now seen this many times, especially in that game on Turtle Rock yesterday. Ooh, there we saw a crazy Nova against Peasants. Also works very well against Footmen, of course. I think Sock is defending this really well so far. He's got a bit of an expo lead. Ideally, he would like to have a bit of a tech lead as well.
Okay, looking fine, looking fine. Archmage with his back against the wall, constantly pressured by skeletons. But overall, this town hall is under no threat. He can produce the peasants from the left-hand side and tech on the right-hand side. Tech for Sock will be ahead, with a nice little gold surplus to easily afford these workers. On the other side, Labby is distracting long enough for his own expo to be up. It's of course very close to the human base.
AM still has no boots of speed. He was focused on defending and then attacking. Didn't have really the time to easily go to the shop. Seeing the ghouls now towards his expansion once again. We all know the undeads love to go for a little peasant hunt. But that means the footy is returning from possibly the main base. In the main base, by the way, there's not too many peasants indeed. You mentioned them already. Power building the lumber mill right now. Still many more peasants have to be made here.
Yep, and lumber upgrade. Very, very, very important. Tier 2 has started. Graveyard is coming for Labby as well. It's a nice little back and forth between them. Nobody can really find big damage except that one cancel that Sock got over Labby. And I would say speaking for the shape that Sok is currently in, we touched on it before, his entire season pretty bad and below average for his standards, but recent days and maybe even recent week, things are looking upward for Sok. He's currently the human player to watch.
Yeah, definitely. We touched on this yesterday as well. Seems like Sok so far the least frazzled by the new patch, the least bothered, perhaps you could say. Really looking good here in the early days of 2.0.4, right?
Correcto.
Yes.
We got a raid coming in, 150 raiders from Soul Ape Man. You wonderful, wonderful soul. I hope you found some beautiful Pit Lord games this morning. I'm still praying and wishing every day for a soon-to-come Remo and Soul dual cast.
That would be wonderful, just as wonderful as having
Cast,
28 strength on level 1.
Have a nice
Haven't
day,
seen any Pit Lord
everyone,
games
but
yet,
especially
actually.
Lynn.
Well, I guess since yesterday, haven't had that much of a chance yet.
Well, time is limited. As for everyone, we got a nice little SimCity here. Labby is trying to wall this off a little bit with ziggurats. Tech is done. Then we'll see the DK. I think the heroes here are set in stone. The buildings oftentimes not set in stone. We were talking about this yesterday. Sok, double barracks. Yep, double workshop. Yep, that's the norm. But he is the one player to constantly go for Arcane Sanctums, and we don't really understand it. So maybe Sok was listening and learning from our teachings, or he's stubborn and goes for the Sanctum once again. That would open up the game a little bit for Labby.
I love the Sanctums. Love the Storks. Love them. Love to see them. Love to cuddle them. Love them.
Wouldn't you love to see like a Griffin Aviary more?
What do you want with Griffins? Come on.
I don't know.
Storks have magic damage already.
Big true. Big true. We got a dono, €8.40 by Smokin' Jesus. Double cast, double the dono. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blaze it, my dude. Blaze it. Just like the water elementals are blazing away, the ghouls, they're getting smoked in here. DK comes in, but of course not the greatest tank and damage dealer, so he needs some extra weapons. Nice distraction by Sok in the main. Lich, though, made it to level 4, and oh, what do I see? Early Wand of Negation by Labby.
Okay, there was a little bit of water elemental harass in the main base right there. Wand of Negation, of course, was quite heavily nerfed with the cooldown increase, so you can't blast those water elementals immediately. But still, can be worth it at the price point, especially with an expansion. That expansion for the Undead, by the way. Interesting build here with the slaughterhouse, with the towers. It's very congested. It's very difficult to maneuver here. If there's a fight there later, could make for an awkward fighting position. I wonder if we're going to get there. But we are going to get to high-level heroes, Neo, it seems. Because look at the Lich, level 4 already. And he is very often the star of the show in the late game. If Lich gets level 5, he gets insanely powerful, especially with that mana battery from Dark Ritual. And very often the Archmage can't really keep up, can he?
That is oftentimes a problem. We'll see how he approaches things. Maybe with a little bit of Blizzard. I foresee a situation where, you know, the Fiends are behind the Nerup and the Spirit Tower, and the Archmage casts Blizzard on top of it. Oh, that would be gorgeous from the human perspective, at least. I like this one, Gyrocopter over the trees. It's like the perfect scouting position for a flying unit, right next to Labby's base. Like, and big armies here. Sok is not spending much time at 50 food. That was, I think, a little bit of a flaw yesterday. You want to be greedy. You want to use the no upkeep to full effect. But you also want to stay competitive. And at the moment, it's an arms race to an 80 food army in the first real fight of the series.
Yeah, I think it's also important to have just a decent army on the map to compete for caps. Yesterday we saw quite a few maps where the hero levels were just way underwhelming on MK and Pally in the late game. You need those guys on some levels. You would love to get AM4 as well quickly. Does he get it here? He needs one more creep for the AM, but should be doable here in a moment. MK 2.5 already. This is looking pretty good so far. I'd say we're looking at a quite even game as of now.
I agree. Lich has nice damage. Archmage also has some nice items here with more movement speed, more attack speed. We once again go for the Orb of Slow on an almost level 4 Archmage. We talked about this yesterday. Nice to have some crowd control. And Sok again going for this preemptive Sorceress. Remo's opinion on this is clear since yesterday. I don't know, like, this Sorc is kind of designed to stop abominations, but it's designed to stop something that's not even there yet. It's like all these people pushing green energy because of that proposed climate change.
Don't even know what you're talking about, Neo. We are on Turtle Rock. The weather here has been constant for 20 years.
That's true.
Maybe maybe this is like a weather like in Game of Thrones, you know, where you have the same season for like 10 years at a time.
Hopefully, a better
what
season
Turtle Rock would look like in winter. Dude, that would be such a cool winter event from Blizzard, you know, if they turned all the maps into winter maps for like, I don't know, a month or something, optional.
Warcraft Champions tried that once. The community cried so loud that it was reverted in 2 days.
Yeah. Cool. Cool, guys. Nice that you would dislike the fun so much that we can't have those things. Very, very good. We have the first fight over here, though. Supply looking quite even. MK level 3 this early is great to have, but also DK level 3 on the other side with amazing consumables, by the way. Invo pot, heal pot, mana pot, heal scroll that normally should win you a fight, but this fight seemed to be going to Sok.
Very well done, man, with the knights charging forward. By the way, I think I have to clarify, since some people don't get my irony, that climate change comment was obviously a joke. We are not getting much out of that Sanctum so far. I'm still baffled that this is his strat, but okay. No Abomination by LabyRinth. He skips that. No Disease Cloud either. He's going straight into Banshees.
Yeah, when you catch straggling fiends like this, I will grant the Sorcs are very nice for finding these kills. Even the Orb of Slow could do perhaps the same. My big issue with the Sorcs was, once the A-bombs were out, and then there's 2-3 A-bombs in front with Disease Cloud tanking everything, very often the front lines are stable. You're not really kiting much, you're not moving much, and then the slow does hardly anything. It also is a bit of attack speed slow. I guess we shouldn't underestimate that. Pair that with Clad, and then maybe the DPS is lowered. Perhaps I can be convinced still. Certainly the results would help point me in that direction. Right now these exchanges are looking pretty good for Sok. He's making good use of his heroes, of his army, and also of the staff. So far only 1 staff. Would love to get to 3 staffs in the late game.
I would still argue that you don't see that much kiting anymore because of the slow, at least against 1-0, but we also have to say that for years, LabyRinth Fiend Control isn't as good as 1-0's Fiend Control. We see it over and over. There's another exit kill right there. It got better over the past year or so for Labby, but yeah, there's a clear difference in this art of Fiend Micro that 1-0 presents, and the
Never mention happy. I'm gonna mention 1-0 but not happy.
Who?
Happy.
Haven't seen much of Happy recently. 1-0 Fiends yesterday. So good.
You mean like 2 days ago when Happy played against 1-0 and they both played Fiends?
2 days ago.
It was a forgettable series, right?
Dude, it was a banger series. You should all watch that. But 2 days ago, dude, that's like last year almost.
You're asking for too much. I see.
I'm just getting old, man.
Over here. He's making... Oh, is he making a second chop? He's making second chop to get a double staff in a moment when he returns home. Love to see this. Honestly, second chop, pretty cheap if you have some resources laying around. Got the item here. TP out. No heroes lost yet. There's the shop. Look at this sweet timing. He can regen scroll right away. Pick up some more items. Sok is just looking tremendous right now.
What's the stock recharge on Staff of Sanctuary?
2 minutes. On the big item like Orb and Staff, and also
cool. Yeah, we also saw a lot of potions used in the fights yesterday. So yeah, why not, man? Why not? Helps the human GDP a little bit. Really cool. Really cool inventories. Really cool heroes. Big armies.
Libraries as well. So much use out of this shop. This is so sick.
Dun, 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 dun. Capitalism. FTW.
Would love to see him go to the other shop as well and pick up another staff, maybe. But he wants to be in position right now to defend. He knows this right now is the focus of the map. And Labby is obliging. He's coming over. Sock is stopping production at 70 supply, though. Which seems weird. He's got lots of production buildings, but he ain't producing right now.
Now rifles are coming in. We've seen that same mix yesterday. We got fragmentation shards as well. The towers are coming up, but they're not there yet. Mountain King coming in with Clap, Lich at 50%. Okay, Knights are struggling big time. Coil, but perfectly timed to get them with the staff that he just bought. Towers have all to be cancelled, and LabyRinth ruining Sock's late game plan a little bit here.
I still don't understand the rifles. It is clearly intentional. Yesterday I was wondering, what is that, a misclick? What is the purpose here? Is this supposed to be additional damage against A-bombs? I feel like that's the only thing that makes sense, because against destroyers, gyros are way better.
Well, it's a bit of anti-air stability that also attacks ground, unlike gyros, but we've also seen gyros put to good use with landmines. I'm not entirely sure either. What I'm sure of is that destroyer pushes are always good. We do get more gyros now, and this tech switch seems to take Sock a little bit apart here with tower down. One more gyro out. How many gyros do we have? 6 against 3 Destros. I'm not sure that's enough.
Yeah, he lost a couple of gyros there, flying them into the webs when the army wasn't there. That was definitely a mistake. Losing the gyros like that is painful. Losing the DK would be more painful. DK was slowed in the front line, had to TP away. I wonder if Sock could have won this fight if there wasn't a TP. Perhaps that ancient question won't be answered. Could have bought a staff now, by the way, at the shop. On the pally, there's still some room. But you know, there might be still plenty of room for Sock to maneuver in this game. He still has lots of gold, but he's not fully maxing out that 80 supply army. At this point, it's looking like an intentional decision, as if he feels like he can hold and be able to set up a third base even with only 70 supply. And there's a important difference between 70 and 80, especially for a human army. I feel like when you finally round out that full 80 supply army, it becomes a lot more potent. But maybe now there's time indeed for these towers, because the next push again towards the human first expansion.
Off we go. DK very, very hurt. Got a TP as well. The nukes don't hit as hard because of the rune braces. The piercing damage of gyros look very, very good. Not too much web here. Fiends decimated. Pally level 3. The human heroes arrive at scary levels.
DK in trouble. Those rune bracers protecting him for the time being. The heal potion comes in just in time, trying to reposition into the back. MK starting to run out of mana here, but he has the big mana potion indeed still. The low night count now seems to be a problem. More reinforcements are expected from Sock. He's not producing units right now. Sock's not producing units right now. He played a great game so far, but you need some units, surely.
Mountain King in trouble! Avada Kedavra! Mountain King dead. The Paladin had the Holy Light ready. Maybe he was silenced, though. Nice combo by Labby. The Fiend Micro might not be perfect, but the hero execution surely was. And you know, sometimes you can have 20 awesome minutes and got a good game plan, and you survive until the late game, and then Macro kills you. He had 5 production buildings. He could have had 10, 15 more food in this fight. He had the resources as well. He was just so occupied by fighting that he forgot the logistics.
Yeah, that seemed to be a bit of a mistake there, lacking on the macro, but I think Sock still won that fight. I think he's still up. He's certainly up in supply, and he's got a third base coming. 1 cannon tower is coming up there. I think there were some ghouls, again, involved to cancel some of these. But there was too many losses for Labby. Sure, he got the MK kill, which, by the way, could have been prevented with a staff. But hey, let's not be too critical. This is still an amazing game by Sock. And now an amazing position. He's got the strong hero levels finally. 5, 4, 3. That's wonderful. He's got really good items as well. And if this third base finishes, this is a winning position for the human.
Always funny to me when you say let's not be too critical at the beginning of the cast, and then the longer and longer the show goes, the more critical we get, Mr. Nitpick.
I don't think so. Do you think so, chat? No, no way.
Like that little voice crack there as well. But what's not cracking is this expansion by Sock. I think third base, oftentimes a win condition if the heroes are evened out. It's looking phenomenal, and Labby might have to go for a little bit of a Banshee Hail Mary.
Yeah, the noose is tightening around him, that's clear. I'm kind of surprised that Labby actually didn't go for a third base. The bottom left, for example, has been cleared for a long time. Behind the attack could have gone for it. Labby normally loves the macro, loves the multi-bases. Yeah, he's falling behind now, clearly, without that third kicking in. Dark Ranger, by the way, something that him and 1-0 both do a lot. I am less and less feeling convinced of. I wonder if Criplot might not be the better approach. That's something we saw a while back with Lich first, BK second, Criplot third. Criplot a crazy good frontliner and really good on high levels if the game goes long, which it tends to do.
But what if the opponent goes for Griffins then, Revo?
And it's Griffins, yeah, that's true. That's the one unit it seems like Soccer didn't build this game. He made pretty much everything else. Ooh, nice staff there as well, saving the priest. He's got mortar teams, rifles, knights, dorks. It is a colorful mix of army. Can they all work well together?
Oh, he's trying to get the Banshees in position. Here comes the possession with the new animation. Can he go through with them? No staff. That's 1 knight out of 3 attempts. Okay ratio. Not great, though.
That knight again, a little far forward, a little bit too far up front, I guess. Towers here, such a great help. And another shop. The third shop coming up for Sok in, again, a great position over at the expansion where he has to defend behind the towers protected by them. Is Sok doing great here or what?
I think he's doing very, very great, especially if he has his eyes open and sees the right-hand side expansion there. Dude, Sok is building shops like there's 7-Elevens in China. Every other street has one.
And they even open on Sundays, unlike in Germany. Big Sag.
People have to rest, you know? Sound like
What about us?
Friedrich Merz. Oh, we gotta work more. We gotta work more all the time.
No, they don't have to work like every day of the week, but they can take shifts. You know, there's a thing called shifts where sometimes some days you work, those guys work, some days those guys work. That's how it works. The work.
You think so?
Ooh, Pally!
Say, even without the staff, Archmage had the staff ready! Dodges it with the bubble. Well done. Lich is level 6, by the way, but that doesn't matter too much. Coil ready. Absolute slaughter in the middle. I love the cannon tower still. Holy Light at the ready. And pot now as well. So cool, this shop. Statues on the ground, that's a lot of supply, that's not doing much damage, but of course insane regen. Water Elementals also great damage. It's Hero Arena on Turtle Rock.
It's always weird when the priests get disease clouded, then they just stand in the back and heal each other. That's really annoying for them, but it's gonna wear off at some point. And it's so impressive here for Sok. Do you know how much mana he's fighting up against on the Lich? Again, a moment ago, the Lich was absolutely out of mana. Eats one A-bomb, bam, back to full mana. That's so cheap, 240 gold to get 600 mana. That's the best deal you're ever gonna have. They don't have deals like that in the 7-Eleven.
Oh, another coil dodge by Sok, playing out of his mind.
Damn.
Love the Mortar Team Edition as well. Absolute beauty of human gameplay displayed by Sok.
Love to see Sok playing like this. When humans fully flesh out their tier 3 army, it's so beautiful. Sometimes it seems like it's a bit of a bait. Sometimes it might be better to just make 2 units and fully upgrade them. You know, a rather uncreative approach, something that Fortitude, for example, was able to find lots of success with. But the great benefit here is, if you don't just purely go into mass knights, and then, I don't know, mass knights plus mortar teams, you're going to be very susceptible to being owned by banshees. Here we have very few knights, and then some breakers, and then some mortar teams, and some priests, and some rifles even. It's so hard to perfectly counter that army.
It is an example for the real world as well. Diversification is always great. And we go flowing forward through now to LabyRinth's second base, second expansion, which he needs to stay competitive. And I don't know, man. Gotta keep the heroes alive. It looks a little desperate on the side of Labby.
This third base is not just a nice luxury, it is a necessity. Labby has to fight for it, Labby has to secure it. Without it, the game is lost. With 20 supply down, maybe it's lost already. DK again benefiting from the Rune Bracers here, running away back onto Blight. But there's no mining here anymore at the third.
Oh man, he's even confident enough to split some units to the Expo. The Knight is taking the Haunted Gold Mine apart. Classic FFA 4-on-4 play. We know that Sok loves these. Well, same for Labby actually. Knight falls for DK level 5, of course. A timely Coil Nova can always switch games if the staffs and Disease Cloud, Divine Shields aren't on point, but so far they've always been.
Big macro from Sok. What a cool game by him here. This first map now almost guaranteed to be his, with the Mortar teams taking out the third. Peasants getting ready for, get this, Neo, a 4th base. What is this, Age of Empires?
I guess so. It almost looks like a StarCraft map at this point.
You know, on second thought, I know nothing about Age of Empires. Do they even have multiple bases, or is it just one huge base?
Yeah, I know everything about Age of Empires, but I
Nobody
don't
knows.
I don't want to educate you now.
Chad, some of you must have been watching the grubby triathlon thing with Age of Empires. Some of you must know. Do they have one big-ass base where they just keep on expanding, like the metropolitan area of Tokyo? Or do they have multi-bases with, like...
I would guess that they have, like, one big base, but outposts? Because there's, like, gold patches, right? And
Yeah.
iron patches. They must have, like, outpost stuff.
Okay, they're saying it's just one big base that sprawls over the map. Oh, okay. I appreciate Say So giving in a little Amazonia flame in the middle of the cast, appreciating this map. And yeah, I think it's become a really good map with the changes. Back in the day, it was interesting, but very weird. Nowadays, I think also Turtle Rock, very interesting, very unique.
This is the old
I'm just
version,
waiting for
though.
the next WSB season where we have Amazonia coming back. Hooray.
Hooray. This is the old version, though. Still banger of a map, and especially in this matchup, man. This map was deemed unplayable, especially for the humans. Little sign that players just got a lot better. Lich getting his HP deleted again.
Oh.
Sick coil by Labby. Ultra last second. Now tower support for the Undead, but is it gonna be enough when the human is 10 food up and the human army is better than your army?
Fight's looking pretty easy for Sock right now. Hero levels are amazing. Army is looking amazing. I've noticed, though, I think for the last 10 minutes, he has not used a single watch element.
Doesn't want to feed the Undead up
Destroyers?
anymore.
But he has gyros to counter the destroyers. I mean, isn't that a good bait to go for? And if they survive, some good damage?
What are the Banshees doing, bro? They're so far forward. They're so fragile. That's some donos here, Labby. One big mistake and Sock capitalizes immediately. Still, Knight's in a bit of a pickle here. Would love to see a heal scroll, but when to get them?
In the late game, by the way, if the human does it perfectly, the priests are also amazing against the Dark Ranger. A Dispel against the Silence can win you the fight, can win you the game. I'm less and less convinced about the Dark Ranger. Not the first time I say it. Of course, good synergy with the Lich, but I think not the perfect call here. Not the perfect choice for this crazy late game.
This game is 30 minutes now. It doesn't feel like it, man. It doesn't feel like it at all. Time flies by when you're having fun with some of the coolest late game scenarios that we have in the entire game. Approaching more ultimates, maybe LabyRinth going for one Hail Mary after the next. Get some casters in the back as well, but A-bombs falling, fiends falling, the Orb of Slow once again in full effect, and Sock now wants to chop Labby's head off with the DK focus. Town Portal can still afford it, but the supply gap is growing and growing, and we now got
Level
mass
6.
teleport.
Okay, maybe that's a reason to finally spend some mana. I say, after he summoned a Water Elemental. He didn't have level 3. Alright, level 3 Elemental. Those are actually pretty good. What a sick game by Sock, by the way. Beautiful early game, playing it safe, taking little damage, moving great from early game to mid game to late game. Just, I keep being blown away. Yesterday, we were praising him so much in the series against 1-2-0. But there in Neo, we learned maybe we shouldn't praise him too much because we saw some wobbles there as well, some throws in that game. Or is this game not over yet? Because we thought we were seeing a 4th base attempt. That's not the truth. It wasn't actually set up. No 4th base. It's only 3 so far. It's not that much money. It's not that much supply on Sock. But more than on Labby.
It is one base indeed for a couple of seconds as Labby is mining out now. There's still the bottom left-hand side that could be taken over. Isn't it fascinating how time is indeed relative? Einstein was right all along. If you watch a human versus undead game, it just flies by and 30 minutes are nothing. And in Night Elf versus Orc, man, 5 minutes can feel like an eternity.
That's why we need the Keeper back. You know what he could also do, by the way? Control magic. He could control magic the Skellies.
He could, yep, for sure. Lumber is there, but gold, I don't know. There might be better usage of that gold.
Yeah, if that 4th comes up, which at the moment looks like it will, then there's going to be an opportunity here. Not many forces at all left. It all comes down to the Lich to win this game. Sniping one of the priests with a Coil Nova in the back. It's always the concern with these casters. Easy to snipe, easy to kill. Still some in the fight here.
Big damage numbers. Archmage 22k, Mountain King 22k, Lich 45,000 damage in 32 minutes. That's some high numbers. And yeah, it's one unit after the next. You don't even have to press forward too much. Mountain King, a little bit of a pickle here. DK far forward, getting caught, and there shouldn't be a way out. Anti-magic helps a little bit, but maybe one more Holy Light. Also not needed. The healer and the aura is gone, and that is the first win for Sock in a beautiful game.
Yeah, that was a master class. Extremely well done. Great late game execution. Also, with his own style here, delivering in the late game. Don't forget about the Demon Hunter and Naga in every game.
Oh, sometimes it's a keeper though. I mean, you gotta add some colors into the mix. But yeah, for Sock and also Labby, the diversification of units is amazing. Also, timing shifts and unit shifts are in this matchup extremely important. Are you going into destroyers? Do you have to counter with gyros? Are you skipping destroyers and go straight into A-bombs? Do I have to get the Sorks ready, or do I have to get ready for Banshees instead? Then Sorks don't do anything, but I need earlier staffs and earlier mortars. And then how do you counter that? Do I need breakers, etc., etc.? There's so many questions, and scouting extremely important to click the right buttons and do the right transitions at the right time.
At the moment, we're seeing something we haven't seen in the past pretty much ever. Level 1 Archmage aggression, looking for an expo cancel. Oh, is the watermelon out of range? Oh, it's out of range. 6 surround by Labby here. This could be a game-winning surround.
Lovely. That is not only the expo save, that's also level 2. This water metal will expire, so no extra XP. But now we have a weak Archmage with very hurt. No additional mana for another water elemental because that Brilliance aura is missing. There is, ghouls at the left-hand side as well. I think the offensive potential for Sock is extremely limited, and that level 1 Archmage, so far, not a recipe for success.
Yeah, that's a terrible start. If Sock doesn't get this expo cancel, which it seems like he won't, he's going to be really far behind. Or might it be just enough? AM has the TP! Never mind, he's dead!
The Archmage got the GG, I think. He's trying, man.
What
He's trying
might
so
still
hard.
have the damage. Oh my god, the level lead here is insane, though. Oh, they got the damage indeed. Okay, there might be a lifeline, perhaps. But that's, that's not a good spot.
That's a very thin line. There was a cancel, but extremely late, so Labby didn't get many resources back. Can't set up the Haunted again, and there was a big delay because the ghouls are ravaging the Sock expansion. He got the Archmage back, thankfully, extremely quick and extremely cheap as it's only a level 1 hero. But I think that a Lich is gonna have a lot of fun this game.
Yeah, he's got the boots already, more and more. Dark Ritual as well. AM being stuck on level 1 for so long is really painful. I feel like the human creep routes will have to be optimized on the new patch. We see every human now ignoring the Merc camps, pretty much, because there was a nerf on the Shadow Priests. You know, I think they're overestimating the nerf of the Shadow Priest. Sure, you can't one-shot the Skellies anymore, but I would argue it's more about healing, really. But hey, it's a new patch, it's a new experimentations. And it is the human expansion, finished faster. But this Lich is going to have a great game. I am pretty sure.
I agree. A level lead. And Archmage didn't get a skeleton, didn't get a ghoul. He gets it now, or can he deny?
Oh, he knows exactly what's missing.
Well, I think the only thing missing here are the 2 Gs.
Archmage might be dead again if he eats a ghoul here.
Oh, ghoul block, ghoul block, ghoul block. Meh.
You know, games like these, though, you learn very valuable lessons. The lesson here is, don't run in with the AM first when you don't see anything. Send the footies in first. If you had just waited a bit longer, just send in the footies first, water elemental after, would have been an easy cancel. But hey, you live and you learn, I guess.
Well,
how is he still level 1?
Well, he's not getting kills, and there is denies.
Oh my god, we're 6.5 minutes into the game. This is ridiculous. Normally, AM gets level 3 at 3.5 minutes.
That was another deny, by the way. It's beautiful. The ghoul threat is over. Kudos to Sok for staying in this. It would be quite hilarious if Sok wins this game from this position.
Yeah, it would be funny also if Bacon started to jump out of the pan for no reason and turns into unicorns. I think it's rather unlikely, though.
You know, you gotta weigh all the options here. If something's possible, you gotta tell the people that it is possible, even if that's just 0.1%. And Sok keeps fighting, so we gotta respect his fighting spirit. Just like we have to respect the 99-month supporter streak by Korak.
Yo, Korak, thank you very much. 7 minutes 30 now, almost, with Archmage level 1. Ooh, we almost got nobody right there.
Almost. Oh, damn. Yeah, I mean, we do have a tech now for Sok. That is fine. We have a tech on the other side. Once again, have to shout out LabyRinth, backpack. Love to see it. 2026.
Yes.
Year of backpack.
Thank God. Especially with Lich, it is so insanely good. With how effective Dark Ritual and also Ritual Dagger can be. Alright, Neo, he's gonna do it. We're only 8 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
AM is creeping up. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Hey!
Hey, brilliant Zora. Let's go.
You know, as we say in Germany, du musst die Feste fallen, wie sie feiern. Du musst die Feste feiern, wie sie fallen.
Nailed it.
If the ghouls consume the victim, the witnesses
Professional
in the crime
speaker.
scene, did they really did anything wrong?
Interesting here from Sok. Are we looking at rifles right now? We got double barracks early on the way to tier 2.
And we got another dono by the Crest Fallen. If the ghouls consume the victim, the witnesses in the crime scene, that they really did anything wrong? Well, that is... I will not blame ghouls for what they do. Ghouls did nothing wrong. Sok did a bit in this game. Interesting that he has a backup plan for a horrible situation like this. I keep my thumbs pressed for him.
He's level 4 versus level 2 on the first heroes, Lich versus Archmage. It's not like one fast expanded and the other one pressured. No. Both fast expanded. This is a ridiculous setup. You know, if we could do resume from replay practicing, which would be so cool, then this would be fascinating to play in. If you wanna try to play and practice from being far behind, which is a very worthwhile endeavor and experience, this would be one hell of a challenge to play from as the human. There it is, Lich level 4 at 9.5 minutes. That's a good timing. When is Archmage gonna hit level 3, you ask? Anybody's guess.
Yep, it's that, you know, step by step. Sometimes you have to set small goals, you know. Sometimes it's maybe not about winning the map, but rather get some accomplishments along the way. Like you sign up for a Back to Warcraft Weekly Cup, you meet Starbuck in round 1. Just grab a couple of footmen, make that your goal, or nuke his Mountain King out of his shoes or something. That's probably the approach that Sok has taken. But yeah, we'll see. I have seen Undead Echo Isles games where the Undead was far behind. Like level 5 Demon Hunter versus level 2 DK. That happened. And then you know what? In the end, the Undead wins. So if Sok takes that as an example, maybe he can swing it around after some time.
The good thing is, if you build a huge tier 3 army, sometimes the hero levels aren't the all-deciding thing, where the army, relatively speaking, takes more priority. So yeah, with really good execution and a really strong army, Sok might be able to do it again. He seems to have found the winning ticket for himself. The Arcane Sanctum is once again being added on, and Sok does have a big gold bank. Not that much lumber though, so I'm not sure he's going to be able to get all these upgrades this time around.
Yeah, that will be tricky. No shredder here either. Not a single shredder map just yet. Yours in the chat, by the way, says he would love to have a unicorn skin for the Archmage. I think that's a very interesting idea. You think, Remo, with my schnoz, I could be a model for a unicorn?
I think that is an interesting idea, Neo. I haven't thought of it before, but, you know, the measurements might be right. We just have to cut it off and put it on your forehead. Maybe that's, you know, maybe that's an improvement.
You think? I'm up for trying if someone has the plastic surgery skills. Let's go. What I mean, can it be any worse? Is the question.
That's what I was thinking. You know,
Right.
I mean, there's only room for improvement, if you ask me.
Only room for. Oh God.
Kidding, of course.
Yes.
Kidding. Of course.
Can I put the caster camera on? Do you have your fingers crossed behind your back?
No, I got one finger on the mouse, and the other hand is also busy.
Aha. Thinking of me as a unicorn, huh? Gets you riled up. I can understand.
Wasn't that this TV show with the unicorns that people were crazy for a while? What was it called?
Oh yeah, My Little Pony.
My Little Pony. Yeah, that always looked really sketchy. I didn't want to look too deep into that, but I do remember there was a fascination for a while.
I'm pretty sure they did some My Little Pony marathons at a certain island.
Really?
I think
Okay.
so.
All right. Well, different strokes for different folks. Now the first serious attack coming towards the expansion. Oh, that's an unlucky timing. That knight getting caught right away. It's one of the important early units in this hold where Sok finds himself behind. Destroyer's gonna bust through these towers real quick. No contest there, and Sok is looking absolutely not ready.
Nope. He also didn't do too much with the second Rex. We were speculating about rifles. Not a single rifle to be seen. Not a single tower to be seen. These gyros needs to be microed to perfection. And even then, we'll see if that is enough. No more mana on these Destros, though. And again, a Dark Ranger that doesn't do too much. And
Where is it?
wait, is it a wait a minute moment? Oh my god, that was a sick AoE blast. Oh my god, the murder, the mass murder on the poor peasants.
In these early tier 3 fights, the Dark Ranger is amazing. As we move to the ultimate late game, end game armies, it becomes worse and worse, especially against Dispel and so on. But here, picking off footies, picking off peasants, more and more skellies, it is grande. That being said though, the skellies are somehow all gone. And wait a minute. Sok is somehow pushing him back.
Yep. What's going on?
Wait a minute.
It's a wait a minute moment.
No.
Yes.
No.
Let's go, Sok. Let's go. Destro dead. Second Destro.
This was an 8-minute Archmage level 1.
Who cares?
No.
Who cares? The human army is better than your army. 3 destroyers about to be deleted. Go, Sok.
What is going on right now? This, Yo, if Sok wins this game,
Yeah.
there is no hope for Labby today.
No, he was quite far ahead, wasn't he? And Sok, rightfully staying in this game. Levels schmevels. Who cares about an Archmage? And Mountain King got to good levels. Paladin got to good levels. He might have to rebuild a couple of units, but the gyros are coming in once again. I think it's time to build another unit than these destroyers.
Lich level 5, okay. Still holding on to a 2-level lead, but it's about to be closed down to a 1-level lead. The level 4 AM will be indeed also very valuable. Love to have that Brilliance Aura for all the heroes, and in Sok's case, also the casters. Once again, he's building the colorful potpourri of units, which is going to be quite hard to counter. We have, for the most part, 2 max of each unit, except for the gyros, of course. They need to have a convincing number to dissuade destroyers. The destroyers are now indeed all, except for 1, gone. And we're moving into A-bombs.
Okay, and we have Sorks against them. We got some good claps against them. Going Knights then as well. Time to optimize the army. We go for more consumables, I would guess, as Labby is still fairly rich. Now not anymore. Town Portal, Invu Pot. And the next push, we have a Town Portal on Sok as well. Gyros will be there, I guess, as well. Yep, perfect timing. And yeah, not gonna be too easy anymore for Labby to close this out.
I just got level 3 from the creep camp. That's huge. That Holy Light now, so much better. MK at the shop clarity. He's got double staff already. Third staff could perhaps soon be added, but it's still not the case like before where Sok has that big bank. He can't afford all the things. He has to make smart decisions as to what he wants to invest into.
Okay then, bubble to keep the paladin safe and to not be silenceable, so he can heal that Mountain King up. Nice decision to keep the bubble on cooldown. We got the kiting game that you have to do as Undead, but again, against Sorks, that is rather hard, and soon we'll put an Orb of Slow on top of that, and then it's getting even harder.
Good mana though still on the Undead side. These fights will often come down to who's got more mana, more powerful spells to use. And right now, it is looking a lot better for Labby. If you ask me, the power of the level 3 Nova is really starting to shine. The mass staff play has to make up for it.
And mad respect to Sok and the way he came back into this game for a little bit. Paladin, 50%. Mountain King far forward. There are like 8 food about to be wiped on Sok's side. Noise clap. But yeah, it's it's an even trade, more or less, with slight advantages to Labby, and Labby also with the 3rd base up top.
Scouted, but not really cancelable, I don't think. AM finally got to level 4 at 17 minutes. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, the mana superiority is just too insane now in the late game. Even if Sok did super well in that last fight, in the last big defense, the mana power, the hero power right now is just too hard for Labby. Even he can't mess it up with his Fiend Micro.
Can you stop putting a disrespect to LabyRinth name? Show me your Fiend Micro, Mr. Remo Demo, and then we talk again.
I'm not top 300 in the world. I don't have to have good Fiend Micro.
Oh, there's some good gyros here. Destro's out of the fight, and so are the statues. And this might be 2 more fiends here. No more mana. It's the pendulum swinging back. But yeah, with Labby with that 3rd base. Would love to see like anything split to the top. But it's hard. You need every single unit in these exchanges here bottom.
And level 4 now looking really strong. He's got the mana potion. He can continue going for plays right here. Good silence there though, hitting the double. No priest there at the moment. Got one knight harassing up top. Labby. It's a kind of a mirrored position from the last game, where if Sok could hold the 3rd, it was his game. Now, if Labby can hold the 3rd, it should be his game.
So it's actually the opposite position.
Yeah, but it's, you know, it's the same on the other side. You know, we're all the same, Neo. We're all people. We're all, you know, looking for love.
Well, some people are part of the Night Elf Discord, but they are different.
I think they're also looking for love. They're also looking to complain. That might be the #1 priority. But I think they're also looking for love, you know.
Yeah.
They talk about a loon a lot.
True, true, true. Maybe they can throw a coin into the wellspring if they ever research it.
I don't know. We may have to wait for the next year. Lots of slow here now. But there's a TP, there's potions, there is no real danger here, and Sok is not going to try the last valiant effort. He realizes, okay, this game is no longer winnable with the 3rd base. It was a bit futile. Game is tied up. Labby doing pretty well here. Sok, of course, with the big blunder in the early game. He is more aware than anybody else. So AM seems to look for a level 3 creep route this time. Is he really staying in the game right now?
Well, he
How come nobody's saying he has to leave? When I lag, everyone immediately says I have to leave.
Well, some people are liked more than others.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
I find out the painful way.
You know, is it really that painful when it's a bit obvious?
Just straight up isn't leaving. I can't believe it. Dude, he lags again.
He's a premium broadcaster over there in China. I can't just kick him out that way.
Yes, he's not supposed to be kicked out. He's supposed to leave on his own accord. Ain't doing it.
Oh,
Big Nova, by the way. Got a steal right there on the creep. AM now, like, taking a bit longer to hit the level up. He's got some good items here. Penta would be great in the late game. Not so much in the early, I suppose. And the peasants are taking a little bit of a beating. Man, that steal was huge. On the creep. AM still thirsting for that level up.
Levels are indeed a problem for the humans this early game. Ghouls might help, but there is again a deny. It feels like Labby hits a better early game rhythm on map 2 and 3 than he was on level 1. On game 1. And that, of course, builds a better foundation for what's to come. Sok in no real position to threaten the Haunted this game. Oh, that was me. Sorry.
Yeah. Had he gotten level 3 earlier, might have been a different story. What, Neo? You pinged? Better leave the game.
Accidentally, I would have had I got butterfingered the alt button.
Really good steals, though. Lich also got this turtle right here. If he hadn't gotten those steals, we would be looking at a huge experience deficit. But now, he catches up on level 3. Very nicely done. And AM is kind of low mana as well, so he can't really play a big water elemental pressure. I would say coming out of this early game slightly ahead is Labby.
I agree with the level 3 Lich and this inventory for sure. Also posturing up forward. Every time the Undead doesn't get the expansion cancelled, that's half of the rent paid already. But there is 20 seconds. No additional water elemental anymore. And also only one footman in the mix. I don't see a realistic chance to get anything done here.
AM is going to pick up boots, though, and he has really, really good items. Especially if he keeps these as well for the Mountain King. If you can keep the pendant for the mid-game MK, that's a ton of storm bolts. But he is going to sell them, or rather buy something that is useful right now. And yet the AM is looking phenomenal. Taking brawls right here with water elementals and footies against ghouls might be really, really good. But of course, Lich's going to have to say something about that as well. Lich has nothing in terms of stats, so he is very outclassed right now in items.
That's correct. Didn't do any big creeping here. Sock isn't teching just yet. We're approaching the 6-minute mark. This is kind of where you want the tech at the latest. So Labby, good levels, good expo timing, good tech timing. I think that is looking still quite promising. And Sock has some challenges along the way, but he's storming into the base. Love to see it.
Yeah, 4 footies in the main base, threatening these acolytes. If this is supposed to be something serious, AM has to join. AM being kept busy by the Lich right now, so it's a little two-pronged attack right here by Sock, testing Labby's mechanics.
Okay, multi-screen macro necessary. 2 screens at the least. We've seen like 4 to 5 yesterday, so the games versus 1-0 clearly a nice warm-up for Sock in that regard. And similar to the game against 1-0 yesterday, man, these Novas hit him hard.
He killed 2 acolytes in the main base. That's a lot of gold lost, and some ghoul kills as well here and there. This is some very good economic damage that Sock is able to pull off here. Benefiting also from those strong AM items that the Lich really doesn't have.
Nice pressure, indeed, with the water elementals. Rising high. Tech is progressing as well. He also gets some ghouls undenied. Very good progress. Almost blocking that Lich as well with water elementals. Sock with good ideas. Sock with good execution. We talked about some challenges. Well, he's certainly solved this one. And everything is kind of even now, if not in favor of Sock.
Yeah, I think I agree with that assessment. Little lead for the Lich out of the early game, getting swung around towards a small lead for the human, moving into tier 2 and the mid game. It's going to be time for the second heroes now. And I guess also the tier 3s being slowed down a little bit here, having to remake those acolytes, which sometimes players forget, but you must make sure to not. And I guess they are being remade indeed. And a small delay towards tier 3. Wait. Oh, altar! No altar! Oh, scratch that. That's a big delay.
Okay. He's shifting things with a super early temple instead. I don't dare to say it, but is he playing Necro Wagons?
Oh, that would be a sick call if you propose it so early. I haven't seen that in forever, but Labby seems like a player that might want to go for it.
Huh. I mean, it's not that big of a delay for the tech. He could still tech, and maybe he has the surplus of resources and wants to go Banshees later anyway.
AM level 4 now, MK coming out in a moment. This altar is really throwing Labby behind. What was a small deficit now looks like a rather big deficit suddenly.
Tier 3 on the way, Mountain King as well, big mana potion, more water elementals. What are we doing with that temple? I guess it could just help with timings, with anti-magic shell, curse, all nice. But yeah, surely a nice setup. It is Banshees, so keep calm, everybody. No Necros yet to be seen. On the side of Sock, double barracks, double workshop, everything as per usual, but the distraction and the harass continues. There's no real way for Labby to unfold anymore.
Sock is getting ready to creep the gold mine. Is this another 3 bases on 40 supply kind of game?
Ooh, should you really do that in this position? I'm not sure. I mean, Mountain King needs levels anyway, and why not creep what's close to your base and then move on to the upper right-hand squadron of the map? Could split the map in half that way, but yeah, it would certainly be very greedy.
Yeah, against 1-0 yesterday was a bit of a death sentence after what was a great early game. This wasn't the greatest early game, but a really good mid game. AM keeps the pressure up, keeps creating space. MK now level 2 already, full level ahead of the DK. Sock has been able to claw his way into a good lead here, indeed. Sitting at 50 supply still. Okay, there's no peasants moving over. Sock is not feeling as greedy here on this map.
Yeah. I want to echo what
Sapper, though.
Ooh. Okay. That's interesting. I want to echo what you said. This Archmage play by Sock is gorgeous. Never making anything, like, it's not wasting time at all. Where is this Sapper gonna go? For the shop?
Nerob.
Really?
And Kablooey!
Kablooey?
Kablooey, there it goes, bye-bye. And that is, again, more eco damage, forces the Undead off the map. TP home, can he trap the Archmage? No, he can, just walks it off while the MK is creeping. This is masterful play, and Sock again looking to outplay his opponent here.
What a beautiful timing also. He's 5 seconds away from tier 3. Labby can't go for a third hero. Labby can't go for a Destro bust because he has no supply. He's supply blocked, and that is such a huge lead for Sock. Sometimes the solution can be so simple, just blow yourself up in-game.
In the video game, yes. MK looking good as well, about to level 3. He got some good items here. And this game, it's always fascinating to see how the humans play so differently when they feel secure, when they had a good early game / mid game, when they're ahead, and when they have time. Lots of upgrades coming in here. It is all upgrades right now, even gyro bombs, before we had gyros. Okay, we had 1 gyro.
We are getting more and more now. Yeah, there's no threat from Labby coming, like, at all. What can he possibly threaten him with? Also 9 acolytes. The Sock knows that he's getting further and further ahead. We get a Spellbreaker to flip back possible curse when the Banshees are coming out. I like everything that Sock is doing. Every single click.
Yeah, he greeted just enough. Now going into upkeep. If he's got 2 more minutes, he's got a fully fleshed out 80 supply army. Could then perhaps think about master training after. MK level 3 early on. Wonderful. He's going for Clap, which is also the right choice for the late game. Speaking about the right choice for the late game, I think it would be a huge mistake to play Dark Ranger now. Looking for a strong timing with Destroyers and the Black Arrow, that ain't the thing. Crypt Lord could be a better choice, but it's going to be hard to level him. I think the best choice here might be actually Pit Lord with some Howl and some 28 strength.
Well, Seiso is of the same opinion. He said that during game 1 or 2 already, that Pit Lord is the best third hero choice. Definitely more tempo. I agree that Crypt Lord might just take too long. Not only is creeping hard, but also additional seconds, of course, as it doesn't jump out of the altar. I'm fairly sure we get the Dark Ranger, though.
Yeah, you know, people are creatures of habit, and the habit is to add the Dark Ranger, but I think the Undead should really take a hard look at what the optimal choice is. I don't think it would be Dark Ranger. I love the Crypt Lord, it's my favorite hero, but I agree, this game, probably not the right choice. There's just no creeps anymore. Not the right map for it, not the right game state for it. Pit Lord, I think, is the only thing that gives him a chance, really.
He's supply blocked,
ain't looking good as it is.
He is supply blocked again. No chance for a third hero. Goes for the Ziggurats once again. You know, there's a lot of different strategies in Warcraft, and sometimes it's about what hero counters the other hero, or what unit works better against the other, or how many bases you need to go for the crispest timings. And then sometimes the solution is as simple as, if you can't build units, I have more stuff. And that's the game plan of Sock. It's simple, yet beautiful. And that is not the right call to move all the gyros into the Fiends. Whoopsie. But apart from that, everything is fine.
Yeah. To be completely honest, not the first time we see this today, but it's one of the small few mistakes, among otherwise amazing gameplay by Sock. Even denying some footies, trying to perfectly round out his army. at least a successful prevention of the third base. And Sok must make sure, while this position is good, he cannot underestimate Labby. That has cost too many players, too many games, especially against Banshees. You have to have your wits about yourself. If there's some easy steals coming in, if there's a great position being found by the Undead, this is still winnable for Labby. We are talking about a level 5 Lich after all.
And possession, if you're, as you say, not sharp at all times, that can steal, 20 food away quickly. We do have double stabs again. We do have the fragmentation shards again. Sok's tech timings are awesome. Trying to go for a third base once again, putting pressure on Labby, who of course knows that this is another obstacle coming. And another obstacle for Sok will be Disease Cloud A-bombs, as we're working towards that. But yeah, it is really fascinating how Sok builds this army. Always the right answers, always at the right time, always able to fluidly shift into other units that are at that timing more important. And Labby needs a little bit of a miracle, but as you say, it's not impossible.
By the way, little move that I appreciate here, all the lumber peasants from the expansion went to the main base. So it means for a hold, he can call all those peasants to morph into militia. They might all get Novad, but they will still contribute a little bit. So min-maxing here at the highest level. And again, it seems to be a similar position. A third base secured should win the game.
How good are the possessions and how many are there even? We have 14 seconds off of the cannon tower. We got one possession. The mortars blow them to pieces though. The second one gets killed as well. Stormbolt, Holy Light, not even using a single staff to counter the Banshees. This is so well done.
Yeah, and I mentioned the militia a moment ago. They are joining in here into the fight. Easy hold for Sok. Wonderful display once again. 2-1 on the Knights. That also goes for the Militia. 1-0 on the Mortar teams. Once again, a nice colorful mix of units here in this late game army. And now we get the towers up. And now the third base. Just a matter of time.
Remo, I have to ask one question here. Where was this Sok in the past 12 play days?
Missing. Lacking. Not here.
Not here. Very, very, very cool. Maybe he just needed a little challenge, you know? Maybe the old patch version for human was too simple for him. Wasn't really a challenge, and now he feels ignited again, peaking at the perfect time in the playoff week that we're in here at Super League. All Undeads should be a little scared of what this guy is cooking up.
Worth comparing also Season 1 of Super League versus Season 2. Season 1, Labby, a gangster winning everything, especially the matchup against Human and against Night Elf really carried him through, if you ask me. And Sok was not close to the top, especially in this matchup. Sok was struggling. And what a switcheroo it has been. Sok really the guy to look out for right now for the Alliance.
Oh man, I remember Sok trying these Dark Ranger pushes. He was ahead of the curve when it came to Dark Ranger tower pushes. And he tried, and he failed so hard versus life. And after he tried, everyone else adjusted some timings and stuff, and Dark Ranger terrorized everyone. He was just ahead of his time. And I don't even know what his result was, like top 9 or something.
Yeah, very forgettable. Nobody knows.
No, nobody, except Stufka.
Maybe Sok even forgot. He was like, yeah, you know what? That wasn't my tournament. Let's focus on this one. And this one indeed is looking great. Of course, 40 was the guy to look out for in Super League Season 1. Also, Infi was looking amazing. Specifically for Infi, it's looking very different right now. Sok is here to pick up the mantle and show the world how it's done with Human, with his very own style. Now with an attack across the map. Better position here, you could say, for the Undead. One knight already stolen. Could be another. Where are the staffs? Oh, Sok, you don't want to underestimate.
Uh-oh, the Mortar teams are also torn apart with the DK diving deep. Sok doesn't like this at all. Banshees under pressure. Still so much mana on them. And Mr. Remo, I think we have a wait a minute situation here. We're praising Sok the entire time, but look at his supply. 84 food for the Undead all of a sudden.
Yeah, that quickly can happen. A little switch around in the supply when the possessions come through. That really shouldn't be happening, though. There was no hero in trouble that you had to staff out, and he has triple staff. None of them used.
Where they lose value, I guess, like a car. So he wants to keep them fresh and clean. But yeah, lots of unit in production right now. Labby is hitting hard, is paying a lot of upkeep at the moment. Once again, oh, that was the stab. That was well done. Again, a game that goes towards the 20-minute mark, and it feels like it just started.
MK in a great position here for the claps. Can this be a better fight for him? Nova in the back, hitting quite hard. You know, the one thing that Sok doesn't have is heal scrolls. Maybe underinvesting in them, underappreciating them a little bit. Mortar teams and Clap doing lots of AoE damage. MK now low HP, has to be careful. Pally never got the level 3. That's really painful right now. He's lacking that level 2 Holy Light, but one more kill would be enough. Mortar team shells, boom!
Dude, I appreciate splattering units so much. Beautiful display of the strength of inner fire mortar teams. And imagine this being paired with the Blizzard potentially. Sok's army, Remo, is rifle mortars, and he might be winning.
It could turn into inner fire rifle at some point. AM level 5. Doesn't seem to be using too many water elementals here. Maybe a little bit of an oversight. And he doesn't want to trigger destroyers. Gyro count doesn't seem to be too good. Lich normally does so amazing against these armies. He needs to use more Dark Ritual. Being low mana here is not allowed.
Dude, these mortar shells is crazy. Just put the Banshees in a bunker. He's trying to dodge the shots. He's constantly moving them. But my god, Sok is playing whack-a-mole with the Banshees. The AoE is crazy. And Labby is completely falling apart. Of course, also the downside of only having 2 heroes, as he never built a 3rd hero, now comes in with the Dark Ranger. But I think for the Dark Lady, it's a little bit too late.
Like, even now, the Piddler would be a lot better. IMO. But okay.
Dude, against rifles, it would be so much better. And, like, Howl against mortar teams would be so much better. But okay. Okay. He can... Oh my god, he can still create some skeletons out of these units, I guess.
Yeah, he's got silence first, though. Hit it now on the heroes, but that's Invoke Potion to break it. MK a little bit low HP, low mana on the Paddy, but still got the Health Stone. And Sok is looking to be the deserving winner here. One rather big mistake getting those knights possessed, but again, other than that, great showing here by Sok. That was the story, I think, all day. Playing amazing for the most part, with some small mistakes here and there on Echo Isles that cost him the game, but for the most part, he is the superior player here.
Incredible, man. He is 30 food ahead with a 1300 gold lead. Mortar teams pressuring that expansion. There was a water elemental. There was another sapper here as well, I think. Not entirely sure. 4 mortars wrecked that base. Oh, that Nova, though. Nicely exposed. That's 1 mortar down. Lich gets the coil. Dark Ranger very much exposed, though. And Mountain King so much more mana.
Big supply gap over here. 3rd base advantage now again with the human. This Haunted is taken out. The more teams with lots of damage. My goodness! Over 100 on max roll.
The militia come in to arrest the statues. Dark Ranger about to fall. Lich about to fall. There's 1 more invuln potion. Every Stormbolt is a kill. Denied by that Lich. Not even giving him that. Okay.
You use this level 1 hero. Get out of here.
Yeah. Nasty Nova all across. 25,000 damage on the Lich, but sometimes 25,000 damage is not enough. I would love to have a damage meter for these mortar teams this game.
Beautiful Onyx for Sok here again, leading to victory. You know, many humans have been allergic to rifles against Undead for the longest time, saying they're terrible, and especially against a Lich level 5, it's understandable why the Nova is so strong, especially on the new patch. You know, many saying the rifles are unplayable. It is minus 3.5 DPS after all.
It's crazy. But Sok thinks patch, smash, and just creates beautiful army compositions and beautiful hero compositions, and using the full arsenal of the human tier 3. Except tanks, I guess. He's just towering in his face now.
Yeah, time for a 4th base. What human game is complete without a 4th base? He asks.
I have no answer. Not a single one. Annihilation with the clap. Dark Ranger also getting clapped quite a bit. Of course, always a comeback mechanism is that Coil Nova, but Sok is too quick and reads too much, gets the scroll, and is getting out of here. Labby currently has 0 income.
got a level 6 Lich and the Dream.
Yeah, that's a
Mana
nightmare,
battery,
though.
of course. It is a bit of a nightmare. But if he lands that Coil Nova, kills the Archmage, then kills the Pally, that is the one chance there is. So Sok should try to very much pay attention to the heroes. Looks like he is. He's got potions galore. I think he knows what he has to do.
I think so too. There's the Holy Light ready. The heroes always split, so they can't be caught by a single silence all together. There's a health stone, there's a heal scroll, there's a potion, there's a staff. Like, it's a nice fight again, but Sok now willing to close it out. Like, buddy, we do have another map to be played. I want to hit the gym late night, so let's hurry up. Mortar teams again take care of these acolytes. It's another cancel. There's one more haunted in the budget, but I don't think it will come at the right time. Shredder shredding, and Sok is just building more and more towers.
Lich ate the A-bomb again, more and more Novas. But the priests are out healing the Lich. Damage, I mean. Yeah, it's just a little bit too much right now. Whenever you're doubling up the supply of your opponent, in this case even more, it is a pretty good sign. Sok just looking absolutely wonderful right now. It's hard to imagine Labby to turn around this series after what surely will be a map lost here on map 3. But let's not forget about Echo Isles. 1 or 2 mistakes too many, and there will be an opening.
Right on. Invo Potion on the DK keeps the Lich alive as well. Water Elemental damage uptime grande as always, and there is only one option. That's the GG. Sok takes the 2-1, gets the revenge from Echo Isles, a map that he could have won probably as well. Labby's chances of winning are slowly fading away. But you know I love that animation when a siege unit kills a unit that just explodes into blood and bones. There is this non-violence mode in Warcraft, right? That in certain countries is enabled by default and not changeable.
Yeah.
Do they not have this explosion? Because this non-violent mode is supposed to get rid of blood and bones. And this splatter animation is a lot of blood and a lot of bones.
Yeah, it's also when air units get blown up, right? They also turn into blood and bones.
Sometimes
but
it's feathers and bones too, with Dragonhawks.
Yeah, but it's very subtle.
Yes.
I think they especially don't like it when something that stays visually apparent, like, you know, blood on the ground or the visual of a skull in the inventory.
Ah.
So I would guess that hasn't been changed.
Okay. I don't know.
Maybe it has to be reported to the authorities.
Ooh, let's not. We need our gamers in China to be able to game. But someone has to think of the children, maybe.
What of the children? And what are these peasants? They are helpless as children. They're just looking for more kills here to hit that level up. One single kill is enough for level 2 after the first creep camp. Don't want to know about the Watch Elemental, of course. Would be an important deny. Sok hits it like he's hitting almost everything. A little bit reflective of Echo Isles. There it was AM stuck on level 1 for a long time. Now it's Lich. I imagine it's not going to be at level 1 as long. But this is, again, a solid defense that we're seeing out of Sok. I think though Labby is also pretty satisfied because his expansion finishing as well.
Agreed. We're gonna get boots soon with the gold tick now. More tempo, more movement speed, trying to outmaneuver a little bit. Left, right. Who has the better army position? Sok is ready with Water Elemental Footman on the left-hand side, Archmage on the right-hand side. Looks like a very sturdy defense.
Yeah, nice play. Like what we're seeing here on both sides. Human expansion, of course, finishes a bit faster. That is normal. Also comes at a greater expense, though. Especially lumber-wise, we see this reflected right now in the economy. Sok is way low on lumber. His tier 2 tech should be a lot later than Labby's, which is not great news for the human.
That is correct. There is a shredder pull possible in the middle if you have the resources, but to get lumber from a shredder, you need lumber, ironically. Otherwise, you're blocked in that regard. 25 seconds for the tower, and ghouls finally make it through, but none of these expansions get cancelled, so it's good news for Labby, I would say.
Macro mistake here on Sok. Those are oftentimes minor, but this time it's big. He's making no peasants from the town hall. That's a big error at the expansion. You have to keep spamming peasants. You gotta get that lumber up. You gotta get that tech timing rolling. Now finally making them. That's a bit late. This is gonna be reflected in the tech already. Labby is up.
workers of the world unite. Not the case for SOC. They're a little bit on a strike, like the public transportation in Hamburg, or in Germany, I think it is, right? Well, definitely in Hamburg. But yeah, Creepcraft, whoa! Shadow Priest Berserker on Labby.
I like it. It's going to be a big addition to the army, especially if Lich gets level 3. He's going to be able to fight very well. It's always so amazing with the fully scout. Has the right idea again, what the opponent's up to. Has no option, though, to punish it right now. And Lich with it is almost level 3. Should be easy to get some kills for that level 3 thanks to Nova.
Level 3 indeed. Lich gets the best Night Elf item there is with an Ankh, close to level 3 as well. Piercing damage, good diversification of damage types alongside normal damage from ghouls and skeletons. This game, we do have a timely altar, so that will help as well. Will the base be under threat though? Sock, only half HP, but a lot of footmen.
I have not yet seen a Shadow Priest Dispel against a level 2 Water Elemental. Get ready to giggle. Hold on.
Wait.
Okay. Wait.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Come on. He's not using it. Come on, bro. Oh, 150 damage. Goddamn. Double Dispel for 300. Oh, the Lich got surrounded. Yo, nice item, though. Very nice job.
Indeed. Nice Nova there as well. That's the Ankh used. Did he use that Dispel? I'm not even sure. I was blinking for a second.
No, he did. Oh, and the Nova! Oh, big loss right there for Sock. He thought the Lich had no mana, but there's this thing called Dark Ritual.
That was quite lovely, I gotta say. Berserker gone, Archmage gone. Footy still there. Can he go for Tavern Revive? Yep, thanks to Brilliant Zora, we will have mana in a second. Water Elemental is causing a little bit of a ruckus in the Undead base. Most importantly, though, Alta was killed once again, so the tech is a little bit later. Archmage has some big expenses. Still got the lumber for the tech, but then a huge surplus of gold. Yeah, nobody really happy with the state of the game, I would say, but Labby in a better spot.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially the tech lead, I feel like might be the thing that is making the difference here. This is going to be one of those games where the human can just go for all the upgrades and he has tons of time, and the tier 3 undead push is so far away. I think this one's going to be a lot tighter.
Shredder coming in. Yes, you say huge level lead, man. Footy block, maybe, to enable some ghoul kills and weaken the tier 3 push. Lich is just pummeling this old man, though, with one Nova after the next. And both on the way to tier 3 with not much of a tech lead for anyone.
Labby already in upkeep. Not going for any big bank here. While we have Sock building a little bit of a bank. Low on lumber. Yeah, that shredder is badly needed. Oh, he doesn't even have a second barracks right now. Needs to get that up ASAP for the knights.
Okay. Tier 3 is still 80 seconds off. He's going workshops. Lumber is still kneecapping him, but the Shredder will fix that in a bit. DK needs levels. Mountain King needs levels. Archmage is, I guess, fine with that level 3. And on Hammerfall, he played a beautifully roaming Archmage to constantly threaten the bases. I don't think that's really possible this game. Labby is also keeping good tabs on that AM to not allow too much freedom.
Rumbled on DK, threatening the second hero. Oh, the cloak, though, nicely protecting him. Ideally, would love to trade footies for fiends right here. But simply, there's just not enough damage at the moment on the human. Stormbolt again. Death Knight is hurt. Reveal is there. If that had led to a kill, that would have been huge. But it's again more experience for the Undead. Soccer's falling pretty far behind on the levels. Not really loving this right now for him.
And not too much easy creep spots to take. As the middle is empty, the outskirts are still there, but his natural is also empty. He's going for the sappers once again, and this time he's pairing the sapper with zeppelins. So, he has an opening! The Ziggurat!
Oh, shit! That's huge! And Akla is now also being taken out. That's a supply block as well.
That was awesome! Did he create this little gap there himself, or is he just punishing the ghouls cutting a hole into that forest?
Yeah, no, that was MI6 spy ghouls working for the enemy.
Aye. Double agent. If you ask me, one agent in the Warcraft scene is already more than enough, but that was a nice move by Sock.
Yeah, that's a huge blow, dude. That was a beautiful play. Buys him so much time. Not to speak of the gold damage inflicted as well. And now Sock might be able to take that supply lead, which he may need considering he's behind on levels.
Well, just like the gyros, they came from behind with moves like this, and at some points they might be able to take over. We got Sanctum coming late once again. This time it might be punished. No tower. We got a little bit of a base race.
Not much damage yet in the human army. Peasants gonna be suffering here thanks to the Nova, thanks to the ghouls. Town Hall in trouble. Uh-oh. What is going on right at this moment?
Game of chicken, that's what's going on. DK has a TP, Archmage has a TP. Who responds faster? Labby is not responding at all, and this Town Hall, I think, is safe.
Committing with the damage. Gonna come at a price. Those fiends might be falling. The militia from the main base a little bit late. The Town Hall seems to be going bye-bye. There's a TP. Surely gonna have to be used soon. Labby, not sure why he wants to stay in here for too long. Maybe looking for that hero kill. There's no staff yet. Indeed. As I say, Pally coming from the main base. So close. Oh! Just half a second off.
Oh my god. He comes in with Holy Light and Staff. Two solutions to the problem, but in the end, both are a little bit too late. No, he needs a longer legs. A little sprint would have saved him. Shredder now also under attack. It's a bloodbath at Sock's former expo.
Doesn't seem to have any units here to deal with this. Really, the water elementals have to do the most damage against the ghouls and against everything else. And the heroes here looking damn good. But the statues, that is the right target. Water elementals should go for the statues here.
Oh my god. This is a crazy game. We got more and more kills on both sides. Fiend saved. What about the ghouls? Water Elementals almost taken care of, but now the Archmage is taken care of as well.
Where's the Pally?
Again, the Pally
Oh,
not
Pally!
in position. GG. LabyRinth with the 2-2. We get an encore.
I think the Pally lost the game here. He could have saved the MK first. Would have been a better fight then. Dude, the Pally here being just literally 1 second too late. Lich shows up with a nice scout. He's gonna kill the peasant up here, trying to build a farm. Very annoying for the human. That delays the building of the farm. Has to make another one in the main base, I guess. And Sock abandoning the creep camp after getting the item. On his way north, looking for a cancel.
That is Sock supply blocked here now, as he's not finishing that farm. Skeletons stand guard. And he's not building another farm just yet. Only now. Footman scouted that expansion. No sign of an expansion by Sock just yet. But that is guaranteed cancel with Water Elementals here with that level 2 Archmage. So far, both are disrupting each other's nicely.
How is Sock gonna set up the expo though?
With
He
ease.
could just use mass militia
Yeah.
and then creep the gold mine that way with or without help from the army.
And then it hurts him that he's supply blocked at the moment because he couldn't build too many peasants at the moment.
Oh, the creep's waking up. What the hell is going on here? Throwing ensnares, the little orange camp.
You know how it is to live with insomnia. It's the same for the creeps.
Poor guys. Better use some melatonin next night. Great timing on these ghouls, by the way. Anticipating the creep of the natural. Some ghouls and skellies here already ready for the pressure. Same with the Archmage looking for the next cancel.
Oh, this is multitasking required. Footman breaking through because the ghouls are on the other side. There's no wall here. Archmage level 3, guaranteed cancel at the top. Skeletons cause some kills here, but at least the expansion is free now. Archmage coming back in, has more mana. Water Elementals so strong. Yum yum.
He's trying to wonder, does he have to summon another Water Elemental? He's playing it safe, summoning another. I think that wasn't really necessary, but yeah, you need that cancel there. Otherwise, it would have been bad. Sock is teching! And it's scouted by the ghouls!
Ooh, that's crazy.
Really? Oh, man. I am not a believer in this one-base human stuff anymore, but Sok has impressed us a lot recently. Maybe he can make this work.
He can try tier 2 expansions. We've seen that from, was it like Sok played it like a year ago on maps like Springtime, which looked okay, but then I've never seen it anywhere ever again. 40 tried it, and against Happy it looked abysmal, but that was also because Happy immediately teched as well, and Labby, as so often, is not playing it like Happy. He's still trying to brute force that second base, and that might give Sok the opening to go on with attack and then expand later.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, this looks to be most of the time one base all in. Oh, the Lich timing for the steal! Gets the level 3. Oh man, Sok. Yeah, this is looking very reminiscent suddenly of the series against 1-0 yesterday, where he looked so good for most of the series, but then gave some games away. I can't help feel the same here, where he played so well, but making some crucial errors as well in between.
That would be horrible, man. Losing 2 game 5s in similar fashion. Now Labby is tacking, but also Labby has that expo up, so you get best of both worlds. Can't help but feel a little reminiscent to Rara Land 3, where Sok was in the winner's interview after the match against Soin. It was also a long battle, and Sok said, well, Soin should hit the gym. He doesn't have the endurance, he doesn't have the stamina. And now he is the one lacking the last breath in the final moments. Maybe he has to hit that gym even more than he already does.
Yeah, when we saw this one base all in quite a bit, it was against the Crypt Lord, and there usually the Crypt Lord ran out of mana, couldn't shoot from range, and then you could out-sustain, outlast the Undead even in the push, even onto Blight. But now you're facing a Lich. A Lich is going to be level 4 soon. He can always poke from range, he can do some good damage with the right clicks, and he always has mana. I think Sok gave up on this expansion too easy, if I'm honest.
Okay, we'll see. I'm hesitant to make any calls right now. We do have rifles. Hold that Lich, man. Super close again. Nice Nova, more XP, 3.7. Got heal scrolls already. On the other side, oh, we got a tower. Yeah, is that a one-base rifle push in 2026? I guess it is.
A player's forces are under attack.
Is he pushing towards the main base?
Uh-huh. It looks like it, doesn't it?
Lich level 4. Yikes! +4 intelligence, baby! Okay, right now, Rifle's very good on the field against the ghouls, far out in the open. Has a bit more experience, another little item. Another little steal, though. Dude, this Lich with so many steals doing absolutely tremendous. Okay, then. Let's roll the dice. We are all in.
To me, this looks like a Himmelfahrtskommando.
This Ultra Cancel is pretty big, actually. Death Knight delayed by a lot.
I can just build an altar here. It's a 55-second delay. Can maybe then, as he has spare resources, operate with wands
Lich.
a little more?
Okay, new potion. Waiting for that ivory tower. Where is it?
Well, not just here yet. He is eating Novas. The rifles are disappearing from the fight. We got a sweet Nova on the worker. Fiend still surrounded. Was able to survive a little bit, but not for much longer. Labby doesn't have much, but this powerful Lich might hold this almost by himself.
Both players at only 37 supply right here. The Arcane Tower now slowly coming up. Might even be in range of the main base. It's kind of close. Okay, Labby is hemorrhaging units like crazy right now. And he doesn't have a Death Knight just yet.
Oh my god, this Archmage is level 4. The Mountain King is super sturdy. All the workers gone, so he can't repair that tower. Was 25 seconds off, but that's free damage. Labby literally has a Fiend and a Lich.
There's reinforcements coming in quickly from Sok's main base, but he's still got a tiny army. Both have a tiny army here. And at some point, human units, human heroes especially, are going to run out of mana. Fiends coming out to stabilize.
Ooh, no proxy workshop for mortars to put pressure on buildings. Lots of vision for Labby with that sentry ward. Archmage putting on some pressure, but it's not a an army that raises buildings quickly. Priest down, Mountain King hurt, potion on the Lich always. And then, of course, if units go low, the Lich just eating them. Level 5, turning into Superman.
Yeah, Lich once again proving here that he is amazing against these pushes, always putting out tons of damage as long as he has gold to sustain it. With, you know, eating units, eating skellies and all that.
Players' forces are under attack.
This doesn't look like a viable strategy to me against the Lich first.
I think this was a bit improvised.
I don't really understand it. He could have just committed to the Expo build. He got the Undead Expo cancel. He had the level lead for a long time. I think Sok underestimated his position in the early game.
DK is coming for more sustain. Mountain King can easily snag the Fiend, but I guess the coil is already anticipated here. 10 seconds off of the Arcane Tower. That might help a little bit. Repair. Oh my god, it's way too much damage. It's way too much damage on the Undead side. These poor Riflemen are getting killed one after the next. Fiends do a lot damage to structures in progress, and sniping these priests as well. I think Sok is almost given up. We play like 2-hero Dota with a little bit of support, but yeah, that Lich is just a beast.
Yeah, a bit heartbreaking, isn't it? Sok played so well in most of this series. Outplayed Labby in much of this series. But there's something missing still. There's still some improvements to be made. This is not quite flawless yet. Moments of brilliance, yes, but a little bit shaky still in between.
Nice response by Labby also, not risking anything. He did so much damage on the right-hand side, forcing Sok into the tech, and there was no additional bases this time. No 3-base Sok, this time 1-base Sok. Still holding on, still fighting, but a win could have gotten Sok to rank 8 and 9, which would put him into Happy's bracket. Maybe for the longevity of the tournament, it's even better for Sok to lose here.
Yeah, after tomorrow, we're going to know exactly where the players are going to be ending up on in the bracket.
This is over.
Players' forces are under attack.
And for the seat that Sok is in, if he can iron out these small mistakes, he's going to be a very tough challenge.
I agree. Labby, though, nice. He was not looking too fine in the first moments of this series.